Greetings from Florida. Here we're working on a 2007 to 14 Ford Edge or 7 to 15 Lincoln MKX. This is the left rear. The clip is at double speed. Make it a little bit easier. We've got a cover there with a small torque screw behind it. A cover that's kind of a challenge to get off right there where my hand is. But I will get it off. If you have any questions about this, please ask right here on YouTube. I'll be glad to answer them for you. Yeah, you might want to leave the screwdriver holding that cover open. It'll just snap back down. So if I'm not mistaken, under that cover was, I want to say 9/16 bolt. The screws around the door panel and the one I just took out there are small torques. 2 on the bottom, 2 on each side. If you find this video helpful, do me a favor, L-I-K-E, like the video. That'll help other people such as yourself find it on YouTube. Helps me too. I really appreciate it. I think I had the wrong socket there for a bit. I think you can go with 8mm as well. I think that'll do it. You know what, now that I think about it, I think it was a smaller screw. I think it was a smaller socket. I think it might have been 5.5. So after you get those out, you will probably want to take out this piece right here. Well, maybe not. A magnet comes in handy sometimes. Lift up the door panel. Take off that. On the back, you've got a wiring harness that goes to the switch, and that's about it, if I'm not mistaken, on the back doors. So now you see this big plastic panel. You don't need to remove the latch or the outside handle to change this regulator. A lot of the videos will show that you do, you don't. Let's take out the cover where you can get access to the screw right there, which I believe is also small torques. Not that one. And then use your suction cup, Harbor Freight, $2.99. Then you take off all the 10mm bolts that go all the way around the panel. And I took out the 3 bolts that hold the motor on. Now, look at the top of the panel. You see that round piece of plastic right below where the silver handle is? On the other side of that, that's where the regulator screws into. and there's one on the bottom as well. And the bolts that hold it on, I'm gonna say either 8 or 10 millimeter. I can't remember, to be honest with you. But once you get to that point, just take those 2 bolts out, and that's how you get the regulator out. But you gotta take them off from the other side, so you'll need to have some kind of an offset ratchet tool to get to it. I'm doing the bottom one right now. These small bolts go through the regulator. There's holes in the regulator where they go, and that's how it goes in there and mounts. And then we're gonna just squeeze together those little tabs that are on the mount that the motor goes into, just so we can take the whole thing out. And let's grab the new regulator. Make sure it's the right one before you get started. Yep, looks right. I popped in the wheel that the motor goes onto, the gear, just to make it a little bit easier to line everything else up. So now I'm putting in one of those bolts and just tighten that down. And the bolt at the top. Oh, by the way, before you put this back on, just make sure there's nothing attached to the glass. I made a mistake here. I left the original bracket on the glass. I had to go back in and take it out. Oh, there was a cable tie that I had to remove on the new regulator. And let's put those Torx bolts back in. Bring it down, tighten it up. Make sure the belt molding is on properly. I'm going to start the car just so I can try everything out. The window lock was on. And this is where I realized I had left the bracket on the glass. So I'm just going to loosen this up a little bit, take off the old bracket. And we got it going good. So feel free to ask any questions on this video. I'll be glad to help you out. And again, if you had good luck doing this with this video, go ahead and like the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good week.